In this video, I'm going to talk about how to copy paste data or move data and do a spell check on them. I copied some data from a database. Now I wanted to paste here, so I can use Control V like this, and it will add all the data that I copied. Or I use Control Z to undo and to remove the data. And when I right click, I have these options here. I have keep source formatting data option here, or I have paste option that match the destination formatting. If I click this option, it will add the data without the formatting. If I use the first option, it will copy all the data with its all formatting. Now here I paste it in two ways. First without formatting, second with formatting. Now I press Ctrl Z to undo the changes here. Now there is other ways to paste data. For example, if I right click here, we have an option called paste spatial. When I click this one, windows will appear. Based on the data, we might have different options to do the pasting of data. Now here we have the HTML, the Unicode, and the text. Let's select this text and click OK. As you can see, now we have the same data here, but now it's just a simple text. Now it's time to remove some of these data. So right now these parts is the one that I don't need it. So I select these and press delete, and it will be deleted. Now it's time to move this data. I select all these columns. When I hover my mouse over this border, the icon will change. Then I will press the left mouse button and drag it to the right. Now, right now, this is correct. Here, I ordered my data, and here is the staff number, the name of the staff, the position, the salary, and everything else. So here, if I double click, it will take the space needed for all of the data inside cells. I'm using this double click to auto fit the size of the cells. This time I select all the data and copy from here. But for this time, if I want to use the paste spatial, when I click here, you can see there is a lot of options. Or I can use here in the home button, here I click, and all paste spatial options will be available to me. So the first one will paste the same as it was. The second one will paste the formula from those cells if we have a formula and we have a number, or with keeping the source formatting for the carrying document, and with no borders, with source code, with transpose. As you can see, if we select the transpose, it will change the direction of the data. If I paste as a transpose, the header will be in vertical and the data will be in horizontal. Here the titles are in horizontal, but the data is in vertical ordering. So I don't need this one. Next, let's see what we can else do with the paste option. I copy this. Now if I click here, and if I wanted to change to a picture, this data, I can do it. As you can see here, we have the picture, link picture. Let's say I wanted to change this to a picture. I click here. Now this data is not accessible. This data is not editable. It is picture, and the picture formatting tab will appear here because this data is now a picture. So I can do whatever I can do with a picture. As you can see here, I can use these options to do some formatting on it, or there's many different options to do that. If I want to do a quick formatting on my table, I can select it, and here I can select the formatting table. I say that my table has headers or not, and select here. Now it will format quickly for me. But the main thing is here I want to say like average, and here I want to get the average salary of these employees. Now I write a simple function called average, and from here I give the list of the values. In this way, I'm using here to do the average of these salaries. So I close the parenthesis, and here the 36,666 is the average of the salaries of these here. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to check for spelling. The next thing I want to do is to check for spell checking. In order to do a spell checking, I click on the review tab. From here we have the spelling. When I click here, it will scan all throughout my document. If it finds some error in my document, it will show up here that here I wanted to write average, but I didn't give an A, so it's saying it's not in dictionary. I could add this to dictionary, or I can use one of these suggestions from the Excel software, that this word is either one of these words, or it is something that is not in dictionary. So the first suggestion is correct, so I click here and click on change, and it will change for me. Also, it will look for the next staff number is something that is as a name from a column from a database. So I say that ignore this one, and it will go for the next. So it's a branch number. I say also that ignore this one. So through this data, it will go and check for spelling errors. I ignore all of them, and spell check is complete, and we are done.